These are my poems. And it's really tricky if it has my in the title. It goes into this book called My Poems. And I'll give you a choice. Would you rather hear My Perfect Kiss or First Public Kiss?
First public kiss.
First public kiss. Okay. This goes back for the people that live in Stratford. I grew up in Stratford, Connecticut, nearby town, right around the corner from here, right up I-95. And I started writing when I was in my 12, 13, 14-year-old. So some of the stuff I wrote about was current things that were going on. You know, they get edited along the way. My first public performance was in 1966 in New York City, so I've done a few since then. My first public kiss. Well, it was Carolyn Way, I can't say her last name, and she was the tallest girl in the school, an Irish Catholic school, where I happen to be and still am 100% Italian. Or Italian-American, as my parents used to make me say. That made confusion for me, being my grandparents were all from Italy. She was blonder than blonde, thin, white, 10 shades lighter than my dark, always sunned, olive-brown roasted skin. My long, wavy, dark hair tight like a foreigner, hat to head. She was a hometown girl. From a family here, one boat after the Mayflower. Her father's name laid on a monument on Academy Hill, where the war soldiers from the Revolutionary lay. I was drawing cars and bikes with black ink on new cardboard, back cover of a notebook, dreaming of Indianapolis and Mario Andretti. And this shadow loomed over me and blocked the humming fluorescent lights of our school classroom in between math and history. I thought she wanted a pen or something as she stood over my desk. I looked up. She bent down with her hands on my shoulder, her Catholic soft white blouse dangerously opened 2 buttons. Yeah, she pressed her lips on mine, and Indianapolis fell into the sea in the middle of the classroom with all the girls focused on that intimacy like a runaway scene from James Dean, oohs and ahs and sighs and ahs. From the feminine clan we heard. Every guy turned, looked to see what commotion had begun. And the sweet, soft release, her eyes closed, opened, her hands imprinted on my shoulders, released. Her shadow gone, my heart engraved forever. Her turn, with no words spoken, back to Mary and Christine for a handful of change to win her bet she would not kiss John Georgette that day. That's my first public kiss.
What about the other one?
Oh, the other one? All right, it's been requested, so I can never refuse a request. Perfect Kiss. Written just about the same time. It was ending in seconds. The crowd on their feet. You couldn't hear yourself shout to your partner across the floor, yelling orders. Not zone! Man to man! We just scored and tied the basketball game. Their tallest player took the ball and reached to pass inbounds. My eyes locked on to his, and I sensed a long pass over my head. So backpedaling I went with my aching body arching, went up till I turned to take 3 big steps, and jumped without looking to feel the ball touch the tip of my fingers, and the ball never felt so good. Its skin spun upwards, straight over my head, misdirected by me in midair, and falling directly into my arms. Without a step or thought, I pushed the ball with all my might towards the hoop as the opposing players dove towards me, and the ball careened off the ring upwards and fell down, bouncing to the right, then up, fell down, bounced to the left, to the right, up again against the wooden backboard, till it found its rhythm spinning round and round the metal frame. And just before the buzzer cleared the air, it made that perfect kiss. Thank you.
Where's the internet dating one?
The internet dating one? Oh, I don't know if that made it into this book or not. I'll tell you what, it's in my bag if you want to try to find it. I'll read, does anybody ever remember Rocky Vacolos?
Sure.
Rob Steven. Okay.
Sure.
This was a bike store in Bridgeport. I think it was on Grant Street, perhaps. And I had
East Main Street.
East Main Street. I had hand-me-down bikes forever. And I was glad. Don't get me wrong. I was happy to have any bike. Hand-me-down bike was great, especially since it was my older cousin who I adored as a person. We were just buddies, you know. He was 4 years older than me, so to get anything from him was, that was, you liked it. And then I went into Rocky Vacolas, and this is called Rocky Vacola's Bike Heaven. My bike heaven. My life was never the same after Bike Heaven. All that shiny chrome, lined up bike after bike after bike, row after row, from the smallest to the largest, with 3-speed gear bikes in the furthest row. New bright lights shining down on everything in the store. How many children's eyes like mine dreamed about that back row? Once happy to get any rubber rolling, always knowing there was next year outgrowing 18-inch, 20-inch, bigger numbers, more chrome, faster, easier wheels to pump, more basket space, more reflectors, more pride, more happiness, biking down the roads. Banking round curves like Indianapolis, through intersections like Grand Prix. I always liked travel after that. Bikes, cars, buses, jets. Faster, further, more pride, more happiness. Rocky Bike Heaven.